Hey you guys, welcome back to another review on Married at First Sight, where Christina is now producing the show and singing. Hi, my name is Kourtney and welcome to our channel. My husband Eddie is not here, so this is a review that I am doing solo. For those of you that have just clicked that play button and you want to say, what is this girl doing? Let me tell you what this channel is about. This channel is about Kourtney and Eddie. We do relationship topics, we do reviews, and right now I'm doing Married at First Sight. So, y'all, this is kind of good. I don't know if y'all watched it. This is kind of good. And I just want to say I appreciate those that watch my commentary, that watch my review, that actually don't watch the show. So sometimes I try to put pictures up here so that you guys can see exactly what the couples look like, because I know you guys don't watch it. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, you just enjoy my commentary. So, all right, before we get started, don't forget to do what? Y'all already know the routine, to hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. And I want to say thank y'all so much for the new family members that have joined this channel. I appreciate the love, the support, the comments down below. I really appreciate you guys. And if you haven't joined already, what are you waiting for? Like, come on, this is an amazing channel. It's dope. It's super dope. So make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like and follow. If you're watching us via Facebook and on all social media sites, make sure you do what? Comment down below. Y'all already know what it is. I ain't got to say it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into this. Yes, get into it. Okay, first, and the name of it is You Can Get Out of This. So, and I'll tell y'all this part of when it was said. So, Olivia was having lunch with her friend, and basically Olivia was just sharing to her, you know, how she feels about being married to Brett, and that he was hurt that she gave him a 7 rating, and because he overheard it, and that he was in his feelings about it, and that how he feels about her and her finances, and that she don't know how to do a budget. And basically that was I guess miscommunication. You know, again, she makes more than him, so she spends a little bit more, and we're gonna get into this budget because, girlfriend, I got a problem with something. But anyway, so basically her friend was there to encourage her, you know. So let's move on to Brett. He was sitting down talking to his friend, having lunch with his friends, and Brett is a jokester, so I guess his friend gets his personality and stuff like that. And basically he was saying, you know, Pastor Cal came and talked to them and just kind of like dumped everything on them like it was a 4th date, and you get all these questions thrown at you and you kind of like, you know, you don't know what to do, and it kind of caused some tension and issues, you know, which I think is good, because when before me and my husband got married, you know, I was asking God, please allow us to deal with the big issues so that they won't be issues when we get married. So let us deal with the big questions and the things that we need to deal with while we're in the dating process, so they won't be issues that pop up in our marriage. And I thank God that we was dealing with some deep issues or things or problems or conversations, basically. And I'm grateful for that. So that's why I know that Pastor Cal is doing a great thing, because they just got married. We're not dating, you're married. So you need to get to all the, you know, issues or the tough conversations. Let me quit saying issue, but I mean the tough conversations. And so he also made fun of her being a nurse practitioner, that she makes more than him, and his friend was like, I don't even know what that is, and he was like, you know, I didn't know what that was either, but it's just a nurse that can write prescriptions. Really, they're, you know, a step down from a doctor, from what my understanding is. So, you know, he was basically saying that, you know, she likes to spend money. His priority is his savings and saving for retirement. Her priority is expensive trips and QVC. Ain't no wrong with QVC. He was like, they still do QVC. Ain't no wrong with QVC. Get caught up in them late night showings. All right, so let's move on to Amani and Woody. They, of course, are in this nice euphoria, and they're waking up and everything. And Amani was saying that, you know, she kissed her husband. And I know I've seen different reviews, and y'all was talking about, you know, their money think that Woody breath stink or something like that or whatever. But, you know, maybe they got up, let the camera crew in, rinse their mouth out and, you know, kiss. I don't know. But, you know, they did give a little morning smooch and stuff. And so he said, do you want me to cook you breakfast? And so she was like, yeah. So he cooked her breakfast, and he had some flowers in the refrigerator for her and all that stuff. And I was saying, where you get them flowers from? Now, let me tell y'all this sidebar. Now, somebody said in the comments that they said that I was rushing through my review. Now, I want to say this. Maybe I talk fast, but I don't like to make my reviews super long. But we are dealing with a 2-hour show. So I didn't think that my review was fast, being that I think the last one was over 30 minutes. So I'm not going to talk slow like a money. I'm going to be myself, but I want to give y'all all the nuggets that I can in a short amount of time. Does that make sense? I hope that helps everybody. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. All right. So Bob back in. So I don't know where he got them flowers from. So I guess maybe he had to go to the store to get some stuff and hid them in the refrigerator, hid them somewhere. But anyway, you know, some stuff I be that. Did he pay the people, the camera crew? Can you go and get my wife some flowers? I don't know. Okay, so basically, y'all, they is in good old love. They is in a happy place. They in a place of still honeymoonish. And that's one thing I can say. If you are newly married or if you been on your honeymoon, don't ever let that honey go out that moon. Don't ever stop honeymooning. It should never, ever end. You know, you may be in a place where you may be, but your honeymoon should always end. So me and my husband are still on our honeymoon, and we've been married for 2 years. You know, I know that's not a long time, but you know, we still in our honeymoon, and we're going to always be one. On one, in the name of Jesus, hallelujah. Imagine if he didn't, what he said, imagine if I didn't like you. Imagine if this was hard, but you really truly make it easy. And they be loving to get you with that music they be playing in the background, y'all. That little soft music. I almost about to cry, but I caught myself. All right, so let's move on to Bennett's talking to his friend, which is a female. And I think she's a little bit of a hater, or she's, you know, feel like she's going to lose her friend. But get your life. You got a man, got a husband. What you got? Okay, so anyway, telling his, basically he was talking to his friend about, you know, Amelia. Y'all forgive me if sometimes I get these names mixed up, but please, you know, please hear my heart. So Amelia, he was talking to his friend about Amelia and, you know, residency and how she feels about, you know, how he feels about, you know, possibly that he may move if they, you know, assign her somewhere. And so he was like, well, you know, I'm open to the move. You know, I'm very serious about her. So I'm open to it. And his friend was like, talking to the camera crew. And she was like, well, I got mixed emotions. You know, my friend is going to leave me and, you know, and to follow this person. And I'm like, this dude is serious. It's not just a person. It's his wife. So what you tripping for? You know, you should have soaked up all your friendship when he was there. But people take folks for granted. I don't know. But stop tripping, girl. Like, get your life. Do you like him? Should have had your chance. You had your chance. Maybe he ain't like you like that. Anyway. All right. So Amelia is talking to her friend. Basically talking about their relationship, how they're in their marriage, how they're in a good place and how they enjoy each other's company, and that, you know, he stay in a tiny house, but you know, I guess tiny house don't matter, you know, because if you moving, you know. And so her friend asked, well, you know, how does he feel about your residency? You may possibly moving, and she's like, I really don't know. I really don't know. So let's move on to Karen and Miles, and they're sitting down and they're pretty much talking. He said that and this is my notes. This is my note. I said this, that Miles said this on the confessional, that he is the type of person, he loves affirmation. And I think I said that on my last video, that he likes affection and he likes affirmation. So he likes to be complimented. And I think he gives out what he likes. And I guess that maybe all people, they give out what they like to receive. And so he sitting down and just basically, you know, telling her, you know, I like to, you know, have compliments and stuff like that or whatever. You know, I'm going to compliment you. You know, he talked about her nails and stuff like that. And he wants to be complimented as well. So she was just like, I'm not that type of girl that's going to say, oh boy, you know, you look good today. Come on here. And she said, that's just not my personality. And I guess for the most part, he can receive that. He just has to find what her love language is. And so Karen said, but she's open. She's, she's improving. I hope that he can see that. She said off camera that, she would be willing to, open for a kiss, but, she's not the initiator. She's not going to do it. So it'll be up to Miles to do it. And so, but she said she is open. And so I did like the fact that Karen is slowly coming around, y'all. I know we gave her a hard time. I know she did a lot of stuff to work my nerve, but it looks as though she is definitely coming around. So I'm excited about that. So Miles was like, I just want to kiss or something. I could put Carmex on my lips. It's been 2 weeks. I just want to kiss from my wife. She was like, well, listen, I'm not going to call the police and say, oh, Miles, you kissed me. He was like, I don't know about that now. I don't know about that. So, and I don't blame him because she do look like she teacher mode. And I said this, I wrote a note down from the last episode where I seen Karen start coming around. And y'all remember when they were going to each other's house, and I think they were at his house, her house, his house. And he was saying, look at me. He put his hand on her face, and she put his hands on his arms, but she did not drop her hands. She actually, to me, I think she was just trying to feel the muscles. You have to pay attention to people's body language. So I can tell she was coming around then, because at that point she could have just dropped her hands, touched them and then dropped them, but she kept them on there even when it was time for you to take them off. So she was, yeah, I know what she was doing. I know. Okay, so let's move on to Henry and Christina. The highlight of this whole entire show. Hallelujah. Okay, so Henry and Christina, boring life. They were hanging up some or doing something. He basically was talking about, their friends coming over, and he said his friends get along with everybody, they love everybody, get along with everybody. Not from that shady confessional from the first or second episode. No, that's not true. His friends did not like Christina. This part right here was a hoot. I was weak. Okay, so Christina, they're sitting around, I guess, eating breakfast and stuff like that or whatever. And so, Christina said, and scene, right? She told the producers, and scene, because this was like stale. Nobody was talking. Nobody was saying that. And the producer said, I feel like you get a little bit stressed out with us. Like, why you get so stressed out over this? She said, well, you said it was going to be a short scene. I said, yes, like 15 minutes. Like, let's do at least 15 minutes. I'm telling y'all, the producers don't like Christina. She giving them a hard time. And she gets very impatient and very frustrated with them. And that's why they always shading her. They always seem like the producers, 9 times out of 10, they got to put the word, they got to hear their voice coming in on the camera because she doing something shady or doing something to get on their nerves. So they want you to see how she really is. Come on now. They trying to let you see how she really is and what they got to deal with. So yeah, not only is she frustrated, they frustrated dealing with her. And Henry, all of them, everybody just ball of frustration. So Henry said that actually Christina was telling Henry, she was like, okay, yeah, we got to do these games and stuff. She want us to do these games. And she put on here, let me see what we got. Look on my phone. Musical chairs. I'm not doing that. We're not kids. We're not doing that. And then she was like, why I always got to do something? Why I'm always the initiator? She's talking to the producers. Why I got to do the games, got to grocery shop, I got to do this, I got to do it. What is he doing? He ain't doing nothing. Like, what is he doing? Like, I'm doing all the work and he ain't doing nothing. That's her frustration. And so he was like, Henry was like, you are impatient. You're impatient. And so she said, she frustrated because she doing everything. Flip page and scene. That's what I wrote down here. Flip page and scene. Okay. So I wrote this long dialogue. I'm going to tell y'all how it went. For those that don't watch it, let me tell you how it went. This is how it go. So Christina said to Henry, first of all, I did all the grocery shopping. You didn't thank me. I do all the stuff around here. You didn't say thanks for the groceries. Thanks for this. And that's why I'm frustrated, because it just feels like I'm doing everything and I'm not getting nothing in return. And he said, I did thank you, Christina. I did. I didn't hear. It must be something wrong with your ears. And so, it must be something wrong with your ears. He said, well, first of all, and see, that's why I said, I don't think Henry is autistic. I think that Henry was just awkward. He didn't like this, and he shouldn't have never applied for this. I'm just saying, don't let your family push you up to doing nothing that you know you will not feel comfortable doing. And so he said that, this whole process is frustrating for him. But he said, did you thank me when I took you to get Mexican restaurant and spent $70 on a meal? Did you thank me when I took you to this restaurant and this dinner? She was like, yeah, I said thank you. Yeah. She started looking real embarrassed then, because now Henry coming out. And we saw Henry. But now the Henry coming out. So that said with me, people, Henry. So Henry coming out. So the real Henry starting that bar, like, Henry getting frustrated. Like, no, you ain't finna run over me. You ain't finna do all this stuff. I'm going to fight back. Yada, yada. So yeah, Henry got a voice. And so I think that she was very shocked to hear him say this. And so she was embarrassed. So he was like, did you thank me for any of that? And she was like, yeah, I thank you. Yeah. And so she was like, well, why are you mad? Now, I can't stand when a person want to say how they're frustrated, how they're angry, but then when they deflect and they give all that energy to you and you get mad or fight back, then they say, why you mad? Well, you started it, didn't you, girl? This is what you wanted. You wanted a man to speak up. You wanted a man to be aggressive. You wanted him to talk. This is what he doing. And so she said that Henry said that you're impatient. And so she was like, well, have you ever been impatient? Have you ever been impatient? And he was like, I'm a lot of things, but no, I have not been impatient. Henry said that he has a lot of things wrong with him, because she was like, what's wrong with you? Everything always me. It's always my fault. What's everything wrong with me? But what's wrong with you? He said, I got a lot of things wrong with me. But, I'm not impatient. Impatience is not one of it. Do I get frustrated to have these cameras in my face? Yes. Do I get frustrated over the interviews? Yes. Do I get frustrated of taking pictures? Yes. He said, but impatient? No, never. No, that's not me. His voice went up. No. In red. So she said, so he said, do we have to go through each day and find out, your frustrations and stuff? And she was like, why are you not looking at me? And so he was like, well, Dr. Pepper said that I have a problem with eye contact issues. So he said, my friends asked me, why did I do this show? He said that, they said that I was crazy for doing that. She was like, yeah, why did you do this show? And so at that point, she said, you can get out of this. That's what the title is. She said, you can get out of this. And he was like, I know I can, but I'm not trying to. I'm not, going to quit. I'm just going to see this through. So no, I'm not going to get out of it. So, at that point, the whole energy in that place is just, shot. All right, so let's move on to the couples and they're meeting up. So the guys are with the guys, the girls are with the girls. So the ladies are having drinks and the guys are playing pool. So let's go with the girls. So the girls, Amelia said that, everybody just having conversation about their relationship, where they are, the issues and the stuff. And so she said, Amelia got a small house. I'm going to call him Ben because they call him Ben. Amelia said that Ben's house is small, got a tiny house. Christina interjects, I think off camera, and said that, in the confessional rather, and said that, yeah, Henry do too. Talking about tiny houses. Henry got one too. And I was like, well, girl, where you stay? Like, how we going to keep shading Henry for having a tiny house when he has a house? He's paying rent or mortgage somewhere. Where do you stay, baby girl? Why is you worried about other folks? Where do you stay, girl? Have mercy. All right. So Olivia, basically was sharing with the ladies about, Burt and how he thinks how she spends money a lot, and that she makes a lot and she just overspends and she doesn't have a budget. Christina said that she feel like in her marriage she does all the work and he's pretty much doing nothing. Amanda chimes in and says that and also that Henry is not affectionate. Amanda chimes in and said that, you gotta have to help Henry to be affectionate. You gotta help him, help take the things off of him, maybe grab his hands and do some things. And so Karen and Amelia have a sidebar conversation. And Karen basically said that, that she, in my eyes, kiss. She went ahead and gave him a kiss because, I don't think she did it because she didn't want to do it. I think she did it because she really wanted to do it. And so they did show a clip of them, having a little kiss. And it looked like she was enjoying it. Like her eyes stayed a little bit closer than his. So, open, wake up, come back. So, yeah, I guess she enjoyed it. So let's move on to the guys playing pool. And so, they were playing and, basically Brett was talking about, the budget, and Olivia and stuff like that. And Woody was saying that one thing they got to do is compromise. They have to realize that, they need to come to an even ground. She makes more money than him, and, they going to have to see how they going to do the trips and all that stuff or whatever. Henry was telling, the guys that he called Christina high maintenance. And he was like, bro, what you do that for? And Miles was saying that's one thing about Karen. She's not high maintenance. She's, very, I guess, studious with her money. So he's glad that she's not that. And Henry was telling them, that Christina wants me to be aggressive and she wants me to take charge and stuff like that. That's really just not me, or maybe I'm slow to it and stuff. And so here go Woody. Leave it to us to just tell you straight up to your wife just wants you to knock her socks off. That's basically what she wants. So, and he's a little, oh my gosh. All right, so let's move on to Olivia and Brett in the kitchen cooking. And he's actually cooking. And so they playing this music. Shady camera people. Shady producers. Because they playing some music got to deal with money. All right, so they're talking about they're sitting down and they're going to budget, right? So she was saying, what she paid for this mortgage, rent, car note, car insurance, and he was putting it all in the, the budget, I guess, calculator, you want to say. And so she said that she eats out about $500 a month. And scene. She eat about $500 a month. So I'm like, $500 a month? $500. I think we probably can do that with two people, and it's just you. Girl, that ain't no Chick-fil-A budget. That ain't no McDonald's. That ain't no middle class budget. Anyway, I don't know if that includes grocery, but she said no, she eat out. So she actually eat out and dine in places. I guess she has steak and all this stuff or whatever. Yeah, she gonna have to get pulled that in. Let me see. Let's move on to Christina semi-apologizing to Henry for her bad attitude. She said, she was frustrated. Maybe she was just hangry and stuff like that or whatever. And so, I guess Henry was like, okay, that's fine, And I don't know if she was waiting for an apology back because she seemed like she even got frustrated with that. But anyway, she is quick to get frustrated. And I saw that in the beginning when she was talking to her bridesmaids like, okay, y'all go. And so it ain't Henry, it's just her being easily frustrated, impatient, whatever you want to call it. So Henry's friends, seem like her friends are a little bit more looser than maybe his friends. And so they was taking shots and stuff. So she's talking to his friends and he's talking to her friends, and I guess friends and family, I don't know. Henry said that Henry friends basically told her that, you got to take your time with him. It takes him a long time to open up. Again, why did you do this show? Christina said that she wants, Henry to touch her. And his friend was like, oh, that's going to take a lot. I'm like, gee, what? Year, 6 months? What we looking at? Her friends was talking to him and basically saying, he was just saying that how he's slow. They haven't consummated the marriage yet, and how he's slow. And his friends like, y'all haven't done what? So friends are totally two dynamics, just totally opposite. Her friends, his friends was basically telling her also that, he's a very emotional dude. It may seem like he's not emotional and it takes him a long time to get in touch with his feelings or even connect with you, but he's very emotional because when her sister, I think it was her sister, when her sister passed, that he was there for her, and it really shocked her. So let's move on to Woody and Amani that seems to be vibing. Even their friends and family, everybody vibing with each other. It's just so cute. Okay, so Woody and Amani, she was making a sign and she said taco. So they were having tacos. Taco about a housewarming. I thought that was cute. I don't know where she get it from, but I thought it was cute. So it's basically talk about a housewarming, but it was spelled taco. All right, so I think his friends was, messing with him and stuff like that. She said, don't be playing with my husband. Don't play with my husband. And so his friend said that look like Woody is serious. He's taking things serious, and they've never seen him like this before. And her friends, said the same thing, that wifey looks good on her. She looks great, and this looks good on them. So they played the 5-finger game where they basically get asked some questions, and they have to put their if they done it, they lose a finger, so to speak. And Amani ended up winning the game. So she got Amani got a sidebar with some of his, I think her friends and his cousin, and just said that, his cousin was like, I'm really proud of my cousin. I've never seen him like this. I'm normally seeing him single life, and, this married life looks good on him. And Woody was talking to his friends, and basically, his friends asked him, they was just joking around and saying, haven't they consummated the marriage yet? And so he was like, nah, it wasn't 48 hours, more like 98 hours. I'm like, okay, Woody, doing too much. You're doing too much. And they was like, only you would say something like that. Okay, so let's move on to the cute couple. Karen looked so cute. I love her hair all poofed out and all natural and stuff. Karen friend, basically, they invite all their friends in and stuff, and everybody seems to vibe. Their friends and everything seems to connect as well. Karen friend sits down with Miles, and I think first she said, I want to get a tour of, the apartment and stuff, and Karen's gonna do it. And then she said, no, I want Miles to do it. Okay, wait a minute, girl, what you want that for? And so anyway, so she basically sits down with Miles and, just kind of go over some things. So I'm sure this was, what the producers wanted. She asked Miles, so how's things going? How, is everything? And so he was just like, things are going good. I'm still trying to figure her out and all that stuff. So she was like, are you helping to relieve some of her stress? Because she is in the medical field, and, sometimes she comes home, she's exhausted, she's tired. And so he was like, yeah, one thing, I'm doing groceries and, cooking and doing things around here. And, and I think her car was down. And so he was like, I'm trying to see what's going on with the car. I'm trying to get a car running and stuff. He was like, I know how to do a little something. So she was like, all right then. So she said, have you seen the professional Karen? In the workplace, that kind of Karen, or have you seen Kay? And so he was like, well, I haven't seen Kay yet. I've seen, I think, more of the professional side. What's the difference? And so he was like, well, Karen is more submissive. Karen likes to be submissive. She likes for a man to lead. She likes for a man to be in control. And I think that's when we were saying that, he's, how she said on previous videos that he's not masculine enough. And that's what she needed. But I think that Miles was so insecure or so afraid to go past those points because the way she was acting. So he said, okay, thank you for that tip. Okay, now I know how to lead. She was like, you just got to take control of some things, like a little bad puppy. Say, no, we ain't doing that, blah, 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 blah. Now I want to say, friend, don't get his feelings hurt now. She is the black woman. Can't do much of that. Anyway, so Miles' sister and Karen get a chance to have a conversation, and Miles' sister was basically saying how Miles is a giver. He loves hard. He's committed to a relationship, and which is why, to me, he had so many in the past, because he is a person that jumps all in. And so maybe for some females that's scary, because maybe they didn't want that so fast. You do have guys that once they see you, they're like, oh man, she cool. They be all in, and it may scare a woman because she may not be all in. So maybe those relationships ended, and that's maybe why he had so many, because he's just like running, jump all in. So they played the game of truth and dare, and they said, I dare you to sit in his lap she did. And they played some other dare, like smell up on her armpit. I dare you to give him a kiss. And she was like, let me see that card. Is that on the card? They was like, yeah, it's on the card. So, the producers had something to do with that. All right, so let's move on. And everything, they had a good time. She did give him a kiss. And, she said she's not good with, of course, we know PDA, but she did. And yeah, I'm here for it. I really and truly am rooting, for them, and that things change for them, because it looks to be going good. Next, let's move on to Olivia and Brett. Gosh, all these names. They played the Would You Rather game, and I'd rather not talk about it because it was boring. But anyway, Olivia was talking to her friend in sidebar, and they was talking about the budget. They always talking about the budget. Everything gonna be about the budget. I'm so tired of hearing about the budget. How is he as a person? How's the budget? We're gonna talk about the budget. Okay. And she was like, he's loud, I'm not. And then camera crew showed him, that's just about you. Who wants a person sometimes? It's a good challenge, as they say, opposites attract. Yeah, you want a person that meets some of your qualities, but sometimes maybe you want a person that kind of push you out your comfort zone. Let me tell you who Olivia reminds me of, an old supervisor that I had. So every time I see it, it's like she in authority mode. It's like she hoovering. I don't know, it's some switched. She was the nice, sweet, but now to me, she's not so nice. She's looking for stuff. She's aggravated. They both aggravated with each other. They always one up in each other. It's more of a competition than a marriage. Yeah, this ain't gonna last. And I would appreciate if people in the comment section would stop doing spoilers. I've seen some stuff. I didn't respond to them, but if you know that some of these couples have already divorced, that's fine. But let in my mind, as I'm doing the commentary and people are watching, let's not do spoilers. So please don't come on the comments and say, because I've tried not to read them, but sometimes I see it and it's like, let me get out of it. So, I don't know why they spoil it for everybody. Okay, so she was talking to her friend, and her friend just gave her some good advice. She was like, you don't have to make all these big decisions all at once. Just take your time and deal with things as they come, which I think was great. So let's move on to Amelia and Ben, as they call them. Amelia and Ben, and they're doing they're painting a mural. So of course, y'all know they different. They just gonna do things out the box. So they wanted their friends to get into the painting of a mural for them so they can hang it on their wall. So they are different. We do sips and strokes, black folks, and they do murals with their friends. Okay, I guess it's about the same. I don't know. All right, so he was asking his friends, everybody, did they want some lo mein? So I guess that's what they were serving. And her friends do a sidebar and basically talk to her, well, I think, talking to both of them at this point, what was the best part about the honeymoon? They said building a fort. And sing. And so anyway, she was talking to her girlfriends and stuff, and they said, so how have your evenings been? And I guess that's a cute way of saying, how has sex been? How's consummating your marriage? How's that going? And so she was like, it gets better and better every day, every night, every whatever. And so let's move on to Ben was talking to her friends, or maybe some of his friends, just saying how, he really and truly is falling for her. He's in a good place. He's smitten. That's basically what he is. He's smitten. He all in. And in past relationships, he only gave a little bit of himself, but this is his wife. So he's all in. He's excited about their journey and where they're going. So yeah, he all in. All right. So, her friend, which is a guy, comes back and talks to Amelia, and she basically said, oh, he a good dude. He a good dude. Seems like y'all just got a perfect match going on. Everything sounds good, and I'm happy for you. And so she was like, and he was like, and if you can be yourself around anybody, she was like, yes, I can totally be myself. And I think that helps too. I myself can totally be myself around my husband. He can be himself around me. And I think that was one of the things that he said that made him comfortable with me, is that he felt like he can be himself. And so, yeah, that really helps in any relationship. And so he was also saying, you know, maybe the experts should hook us all up. Maybe they need to, you know, work out some things for all of us so we can get into good relationships like this. Yeah, the experts that have agenda as far as not being on television, I think they'll be doing good. But they purposely, I think, mix match some people on purpose so that it can bring drama and excitement on the show, because it wouldn't be reality TV without it. So anyway, they Amelia and Bennett get ready to hang up their mirror that their friends painted. It was really cute. It really was. I can't take you from that. It was really cute. So this is they say this is the last scene. So I thought we were still hearing Christina, but they did a sidebar of them and they were in the kitchen cooking and stuff like that. And so of course she gets frustrated because he doesn't talk like she talks, you know, as much as she talks. And so she was like, okay, so let's have a conversation. And she was saying, well, you know, ain't no aluminum foil in here, can't do this, can't cook like this, can't do this and stuff like that. I went to the store. I went to the store and got everything, blah, 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 blah. And of course complaining. And so she asked him a question. So she was like, well, ask me anything. You know, I think she asked him a question. I forgot what it was. And he answered it. And she was like, well, ask me a question. And he was like, well, what was your favorite meal, you know, growing up? What you cook? Oh, I liked everything. And she just pretty much leave it at that. Like, that question wasn't good enough. Like, boring. And so she just pretty much got frustrated with him because once again, you know, they're sitting down eating, and once again she gets mad because he not talking, and she feel like she got to do all the work, and she gets frustrated. And he was like, well, and she walk out. She like, I just gotta, you know, y'all want me to do this, y'all want me to do that, I just gotta take a break. So she talked to the producers, and he was like, well, the food is good. You know, and I can tell he's getting frustrated. I can tell he is getting very frustrated, but he's holding it in for the cameras. He don't want to make a scene like she's making a scene. And so Henry pretty much, you know, like, I need space. I need time. You know, he walked out and they bleeped some word he said. So, you know, Henry has a personality. And I think Christina is seeing a personality that she probably didn't want to see. I think if she would have just been patient, I find that Henry is very funny. I think that he's lighthearted. I think that he's a sweetheart. But they are both rubbing each other the wrong way. That's basically it. She's very impatient. Even the producers tired of her. So, you know, if one of them walk away, I'm sure they'd be happy. All right. So on that note, you guys, that's all I got. Whew, that was a lot. So hopefully I met my quota with the person in the comments that said I was rushing through it last time. Did I meet my quota? Drop in the comments and let me know. All right, you guys. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Again, if you're watching us via Facebook, make sure that you like and follow and comment down below. And if you're watching us via YouTube, make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like this video. If you do, I know some of you hit the thumbs down. That's fine. It's still a view. Hallelujah. Glory to God. So I just thank you guys so much for just following me and my husband on this journey. Yeah. And I got some good news once again, I got some good news that I'm going to share with you guys and probably do a giveaway. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys for commenting. I am watching some things to prepare to do some things. If that makes sense, don't worry about it if it don't. All right. So let me go ahead and get out of here. I don't waste enough time. I will see you guys on the next video. Once again, don't forget to go with God and let God go with you. And I am saying deuces.